We haven't done this in a while.
What's
We haven't
up?
done this in a while. We haven't talked boxing in a while, brother.
Say less. What's up?
Yo, boy, he had a fight Saturday.
100%. And he
Came up
looked
short.
lost as
Bomb.
hell. Didn't throw no punches. Right?
They, for all the supporters that we were talking about the Lomachenko fight,
And for me personally,
Oh, hold on, no. That's not. Don't just say the Lomachenko fight. Let's get it right. The
my
pound for pound best, so-called best, what they
Teofimo
said.
Lopez.
Lomachenko, Vasily Lomachenko did not show up and didn't look nothing like a pound for pound best to me.
100%.
Nothing.
100%.
I underestimated T-Lo.
And the thing about me with Teofimo Lopez coming in, he gonna hit, and I like that. I like fighters that hit. Just like I was sending you the Leo Santa Cruz stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He hit. I like whenever I see a fighter who gonna come in there and he gonna put his head down, he gonna stand in front of you, he gonna make you box. I'm always his supporter. That's why I love Pacquiao, because what Pacquiao gonna do? Pacquiao gonna stand in front of you and he gonna throw them things.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, Lomachenko, he let his hands fly. He gonna hit you. And
against lesser opponents, and that's what I've been saying.
But Ken, I can't say lesser opponents, because if we're talking about that division, you look at Lomachenko's resume. His resume is better.
He had 13 fights, 13 professional fights when they named him pound for pound the best in the world. How is that possible?
Because the reason why I said
that Devin Haney's undefeated at 20 plus fights.
But who's Devin Haney's best fight?
Listen.
But that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Kenny. That's all I'm saying.
Lomax don't have that many great fights. And here's the thing.
He hasn't.
People like Lomachenko have been ducking Devin Haney. He's been trying to fight him for 2 years. And he's ducked him, and he purposely ducked him and picked Lopez because he thought that was an easier fight. And that's why I'm glad that T-Lo served him up. Serves you right for ducking. And T-Lo says, guess what? I ain't ducking. He said, Tank, Devin Haney, let's do it. And I hope it's not just talk. I hope for Hill's sake, because Hill hates boxing business, that these fights get made. And because I don't understand how anyone can be pound for pound and cherry pick through the division. For Floyd, when Floyd was older,
I can't let you say he's cherry picked when he's all like when 14's fight, he's fought Gary Russell Jr., Orlando Salido, he's fought fucking Guillermo Rigondeaux, Jorge Linares, Jose Pedraza, Luke Campbell, Nicholas Walters, and then Teofimo Lopez. Those are all top fighters. Those were all guys who held belts. So when he came into it, he jumped into title fights. So I get what y'all saying.
I really gotta tell you what I think about Gary Russell.
But Devin Haney has not
named Gary Russell.
But Devin Haney has not fought nobody better than Gary Russell.
Because they're ducking him. And I just explained, just like Lomachenko won't fight him. You see what I'm saying? Lomachenko won't fight him, and he was supposedly pound for pound the best. So if the pound for pound best is running from this dude, why would people who are not the pound for pound best try to fight him? People don't want that knocked off in boxing, and that's the culture, and that's the exact culture that Lomachenko was perpetrating, bro. And that's why I'm glad he got knocked off. And I've been trying to tell you that about him for 2 years.
I don't understand why Lomachenko was trying to protect his O when he didn't have an O.
And that's what I'm saying. You can't say he's protecting his O when he already has that. What I'm saying is,
fighters do that, not necessarily Lomachenko, but that's the culture in boxing.
No, Cannon, who's Devin Haney's best fight so far?
Bro, it doesn't matter.
But that's what I'm saying. So to me, it's like Devin Haney. Devin Haney is an up and comer, but Devin Haney isn't the best fight for Lopez.
So was Lopez was also an uppercut
fight. Gervonta Davis's camp wasn't trying to get Lomachenko in the ring.
Prior to this fight, Lopez is also an undefeated up and comer, bro.
So why didn't Devin Haney and Lopez fight? Because those two would have been a better fight.
They were trying to work it. They were really about to work it. And then Lopez said that he couldn't turn down the Lomachenko fight, and I wouldn't turn that down neither.
So that's what I'm saying. So how is? Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. You won't go do it.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. Because
that is what it's all about.
You can't say Lomachenko is ducking Devin Haney when
I said it's the culture, bro.
There's no Devin. Like, to me, when Devin Haney hasn't fought us like anyone of note, why would I spend my time fighting Devin Haney? Like you fight somebody important first.
Then just beat him.
Like, why?
Beat him.
You're not gonna get me no money.
But this is my thing, right?
Lopez
you're saying that
money.
Bro, they had the bag on the table. Al Heyman and them had the bag on the table, bro.
If anything, Lopez, the best fight for Lopez was Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis camp, and I believe Leonard Elliott was not trying to put Tank Davis in the ring with Lomachenko. So my whole thing is like, bro, Devin Haney
wasn't trying to fight Tank.
Tank is clearly we understand Tank is clearly cherry picking. We understand but we're not specifically just talking about Tank.
I'm talking about in general, bro. I'm just talking about the best fights to be made.
But it's even
Tank and Devin Haney wasn't the best fight to be made.
My whole thing, I remember when we talked a long time ago about
some of these fights that Tank been making.
You can't cherry pick for so long.
Exactly, and so it's going to always come up to you. But that's what I've always said. And so that's what I'm saying. It's just like it's things in boxing have been fucked up, and y'all always know who I blame it on.
But I don't understand why you can blame it on him because everybody can't beat him.
Only half his career. Only half his career.
Hold on. But remember when I said Brian gave everybody the blueprint and nobody follows it? Because everybody was like, I can't do what Brian do. You are not Mayweather. You are not getting these paydays that he are getting. Him cherry picking is his payday. I don't
get through the gauntlet first, though. And that's what people forget.
They always neglect that, Cannon. They always neglect that part. He built his way up to start cherry picking.
He built his way up, and then he started, and that's my thing. So it was like Lomax don't have enough. But it don't matter because you know what? He's no longer pound for pound the best. So I'm done with that. Like I've known for years, as soon as he faced a quality opponent that was young and not old, you see what will happen.
You check his resume.
And I ain't sold on nobody. Now listen, if you beat Gary Russell,
that's all I'm saying. Lomachenko has a better resume than a lot of fighters in his division. So in his division, Lomachenko was the top dog. Because he has a better resume than Tank Davis. He has a better record than Devin Haney. He has a better record than even Teofimo Lopez. So he was the top dog in that division. And that's usually what they go by off of the pound for pound rankings.
But if nobody, and that's my thing, if nobody's willing to fight, then of course there's only going to be one top dog. And that's like Mark Jackson said, that's why boxing sucks now. And that's why UFC, they always give people the fight that they want. They put the top people against each other, and they don't play around, man. And it's
in UFC, you can have 17 losses on your resume. If you coming off of 5 straight wins against the top dog, guess what?
You send a tweet in UFC, you might get no fight booked. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't ducking no smoke, bro. That's what
here's the thing. But here's the difference between boxing and UFC. In UFC, Dana White makes the fights. In boxing, you have
lots of people,
top rank. You have Golden Boy. You have Matchbox. You have Al Heyman and his team.
Mayweather.
And then guess what? Then you have the WBC. Then you have the WBO, then you have the WBA, then you have the IBF, then you have the IBO. So then not only do you have all these boxing promotion companies, then you have all these sanctioning bodies who have to make the fights as well. Yeah. So that's why it's always nobody's like now. When and I think it was in 2009. We wanted the Mayweather and Pacquiao.
Too many people in the pot.
Yeah, we wanted that fight.
Too many people
Yeah,
in the pot.
we didn't get the Mayweather Pacquiao fight till what, 2014?
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't say, like, you don't have Dana White saying, hey, Mayweather, this is the guy. He's the top dog that I think is gonna whoop your ass. Fight him. No, it's like, oh, I'm gonna take these fights. Nah, like, you know, I'm still gonna get my money.
I get the simple fact of building your fight, building some of these mega fights up, building some of your fighters up. I get that. I'm not so naive to the fact that I don't understand boxing business that far. But when it gets to the fact that it's starting to neglect some of these fighters, like some of these fights that we need to see, like at some point somebody got to step in. Like some of these mandatories need to really be enforced, and they need to be mandatory.
The thing is, it can't be mandatory if you're the WBA. I mean, the WBO mandatory fighter, but then he got an IBF belt too, and he's like, I'm just gonna fight the IBF #1 contender.
We could go figure all this shit out. That's all I'm saying, man.
On Saturdays.
This is all. All right, T-Lo said, I ain't ducking nothing. Feel what I'm saying? He not ducking nothing.
Until his promotion company be like, hey, you know what?
But listen, is he a household name?
He is now.
He is now.
But that was my point. He was not prior, and that. So it's like, bro, if you're pound for pound the best, and you're running around here picking non-household names and trying to play them off like their main events. Yes, they're main events. Because
how many times fighters have done that, bro? Like, look here, right here. Chris Brooks said,
and I hate that about pound for pound fighters.
And that's what I'm saying. So you can't just say it like now.
Floyd earned his way. They didn't give Floyd that. Floyd didn't have that 14 professional fights.
But bro, before that, Floyd had only fight 2 fighters in their prime.
Bro, it doesn't matter, bro.
Stop comparing y'all to Floyd. Y'all are not. Floyd was his own promotion.
Game in general, bro.
But
that's
Floyd
what it is.
But this is what I'm saying.
Bro, they crowned
Lomachenko
too early, bro.
All I'm saying is T-Lo is not a household name, and he's becoming a household name, right? And he said he's ready to duck. He's not ready to duck smoke. So let's put his foot to the fire. Can we see if this formula is the new formula?
Yeah, I hope so.
You feel what I'm saying? Let's stop trying to go with some formula that ain't working for everybody else.
Canelo don't duck smoke. That's work for him.
You feel what I'm saying? Canelo started, signed that
deal. He don't. But even before then, he fought Floyd. Like he's.
But that's the thing. That's why I said when Canelo fought Floyd, Canelo's best. I say this all the time. Canelo's best fight was Austin.
Keep going.
Well, he brought up Canelo, bro. I'm just saying, like, yo.
But Canelo, I brought up Canelo because Canelo doesn't. He don't duck, bro.
And he wants everybody their best now. We talk about Canelo now. He not going through no Floyd formula. Mm-hmm. He wants smoke. But we talk about people that want smoke. Like I said, we want to keep. That's why I'm blaming Mayweather. It's easy to keep blaming Mayweather. It's easy to keep blaming Mayweather. Oh, Mayweather did this. Mayweather did that. We talk about y'all. Y'all make Mayweather.
He built the culture. He's the one that picked out
other culture. It's other culture, bro. It's other people.
Like, bro, he's the one that got people to take these fights, and he's the one who people say, like, oh, my path to greatness is to finish undefeated.
And I'm not mad at him for that because, like I said, the first part of Floyd's career, people don't understand. He didn't duck. Like, he climbed his way through the ranks. And after he did that, and after he solidified the belt and he was older, yes, he decided, but he was in position to. Like, you can't be 22 doing that. You see what I'm saying? Floyd was 31 when he started doing that, bro. Like, are y'all serious? And that's why a lot of people, they're new to boxing. Like, they don't remember, like, in 01, me and Cannon, like, we were having boxing parties back then in 01. So it's like Floyd been doing this, and he wasn't a ducker, bro. Like, that's the latter part of his career. And if you're gonna have longevity in the sport, you're gonna have to do that at some point. But what I don't want to see you is doing that just coming out the gate like you're the greatest.
Who Manny duck?
Nobody.
Who Spence duck?
Nobody.
Who Canelo ducking?
But they're at the top.
Who Bud duck?
But
you feel what I'm saying? I'm naming people, and I'm the casual boxer fan.
I'm talking
Like,
about
you can get this thing going on, but it's easy to say, "Oh, Floyd ducked it, and he built the culture." It's other people trying to fight, and you can build these fights.
but
You feel
then, but
what I'm
guess
saying?
what?
You
But
can
guess
book
what?
these fights.
People can,
Charlo
people,
twins
can say,
fighting.
people can say Spence is ducking people because he's not taking certain fights because at the time he don't feel like it's that fight. People can say,
But he's fought the number one contender
that's what I'm
consistently.
saying. That's what I'm saying. People,
He ain't been ducking.
people can say why is Spence taking Mikey
Danny
Garcia
Garcia.
fight?
He
Danny
had to take
Garcia.
him.
Yeah.
But no, he didn't have to fight Mikey Garcia
But
because
I
Mikey
mean,
Garcia came up 2 weight classes.
yeah, and that was a money grab, but that's also the fight that people wanted to see.
Because he's the competition.
But he
That
got
was
a
a fight that
better
people wanted
chance
to
at
see.
154.
But he was ducked. Spence
that's-
was ducked. So now y'all ducking me.
No,
Okay, now I'm big dog. I picked
Your
this thing.
fights at 154 for Spence.
But he put himself in position to, like Cannon said, he put his position to pick whoever he want to fight now. He ain't ducking no smoke though. Yeah, he took Mikey as a money grab, and then who he fought after that? Then he fight Sean Porter.
Sean Porter, and now he's fighting Danny Garcia. So he's fighting everybody.
And before his accident, did he want Manny? Did he want Manny?
His ass whooped.
Yeah, he is. But still, Danny is still, like you said, when I said that the lightweight division was trash and you named people like Gary Russell, okay then. It's Danny Garcia is a top contender in his division, bro. So it's like he ain't ducking. Like you said, like for Lomax.
It's crazy. Like, we keep trying to blame somebody else for these other men making these decisions.
I'm not blaming nobody. I'm talking about the coaches. I'm talking about the shit in boxing set.
And we can change his culture.
Lomax didn't fight Mikey. Lomax could have fought Mikey.
Because Mikey is up at 147 now.
But before he was at 130, bro, and he ducked him.
Because Mikey Garcia is moving.
That's why he went up for Spence. Because he said Lomachenko don't want to fight me, so I got to go up now.
Because what I'm saying is because when Mikey Garcia wanted to fight Lomachenko, when Lomachenko wanted to fight Mikey Garcia, guess what?
He was on a layoff. He might have been on a layoff. Mikey did take a layoff to get his business right.
Mikey's been known to take 2 years off from boxing
because he had to get his boxing business right. He was in a bad contract.
And that's what I'm saying. You can't say that you hate boxing business, and then when people go about boxing business, then you
I don't hate it. I don't understand it, but fighters do have some say so. Like if you're a top fighter, you can say Spence can go to Al Heyman and say, "Bro, I want such and such. Make it happen." He can say, "I want Charlo at 154," and it can happen.
Say no, then what? But then if Al Heyman say no, then
Al
what?
Heyman that's not going to tell one of his top dogs no, man. Unless it's no way to make money.
It's like Canelo with DAZN. It's a reason why Canelo is suing DAZN because they're not giving him the fights that he wants.
Yeah, because they can't. With some of the promoters, they can't. But if it's an Al Heyman fight and it's a promoters that we can make it happen, let's make it happen. Of course, they're not going to be able to do everything, but it's some fighters out here, like Hill said, that want some smoke, and we can get that. And Canelo's been doing that.
You can get this business handled. Like you not about to keep telling me that okay, Canelo want to fight this, but nah, we can't get an agreement. So now he can come fight me.
Bro, how many
we will not keep doing this with boxing. We're not gonna keep letting these off the hook. You promoters is trash. These boxers is punks. We're not gonna keep letting it off the hook. And we're not gonna keep blaming. No, we're not gonna keep doing that shit.
I don't like these promoters either. I've just come to an understanding that this is.
Just say it. I just want to hear you say it. Lomachenko is not pound for pound the best, Cannon. You were right.
Lomachenko is not pound for pound the best, but guess what? He's still a top dog in his division.
He's a top dog. He's definitely a top dog, and I never denied that. But I feel like pound for pound some longevity should have to take place before you get that title.
With the people that he's beat, there was a case for it. Then he got beat. So you not pound for pound no more.
Those people had names. They all were not elite when he fought them.
They were all belt holders. They were all title
They
holders.
were because the division was in bad shape. Kind of like the all right. But I
can get a belt.
We at 125, so we got to
Yeah,
kind of
give
wrap
it up.
this
But
up. But
you just said WBC, WBF, the ABC, CBS, all that. Everybody got a
and
belt.
then there'd be
That's a
multiple
belt.
belts at weight classes. There'd be franchise champions, super champions, all these things. So it's like the belts can be had. So it's like it's easy sometimes for people to become a world champion and not necessarily had to put in the work like we were used to people doing back in the day, like when Roy Jones became champion or when Floyd first became champion. Like it took a while for that to happen. Now people becoming champion with 12 fights under their belt. World champion. Like that's wild to me.
Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-man week. We come at you with topics. No, you cannot stop it.